Hello there, and welcome to Puzzle Swap. Now, in case you've never owned a 3DS, or you're living on a rock, Puzzle Swap is one of the built-in pieces of software included with Street Pass Mini Plaza for the 3DS. And the concept of it is basically a Nintendo's take on peer-to-peer file sharing. So what you basically do is Street Pass other people, and you exchange puzzle pieces with them to complete, obviously, puzzles. And once the puzzles are complete, they become like 3D dioramas that you can just look at whenever. Just literally just 3D animations for you to look at. But these 3D animations are pretty neat, so I figured, like, in this video, we're just gonna reminisce and look back over all of the puzzle panels that have been released throughout the 3DS's lifespan. Now, obviously, as you can see here, there's a completed save file, but I obviously did not manage to legitimately complete Puzzle Swap on my main file, because Street Pass was not that prevalent in Hong Kong. I usually get 1 or 2 hits every now and then, but never enough to complete a full collection. I did manage to get decently far though, like more than halfway through, but this is actually a hacked save file, don't tell anyone. But we are gonna be looking through all of the panels that Nintendo has released. Maybe even like talk a little bit about the games that are being represented in these puzzle pieces as I go along. But that's basically the gist of this video. So here we go. So right as the 3DS launched, it launched with 7 pre-installed puzzle pieces. So we're gonna go through each of them. This is Metroid Other M. As you can see, it is literally just Samus standing in a room with non-script textures, and yep, she is standing there menacingly. Now, these are actually, you can see the reflection on her helmet over there, but these are actually used as tech demos for the 3DS during E3 2010. So you can see here Mario and Bowser. This is literally just like a Smash Bros. Style trophy, and it spins around, and the 3D effect on these are actually pretty cool. Like, it actually sticks out of the screen at times, but these are very simple. As you can see, these are just basically repurposed 3DS tech demo. They will use this to show off the 3D effects during E3. And, you know, what if Super Mario Galaxy 2 was in 3D? I mean, there's like funny JPEG planetoids, funny PNG planetoids in the background, and also like weird like shading over there with the Luma. Everything looks so plasticky in these like early Puzzle Swap panels, but as you can see, it's very generic, just, you know, 3D models with minimal animation in front of a static background. That's basically what these are. This is a generic one for The Legend of Zelda, I think this is Twilight Princess Link. No, it's kind of like a mix between Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, because it's less detailed than Twilight Princess, but you're just like slashing at nothing. If you like position the camera like this with the circle pad, you can actually make him like slash directly in front of you. Haha, funny cool 3D effect. And you can like spin the camera all the way over here too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, nondescript fiery background for The Legend of Zelda. This is Kirby's Dream Land, which actually has quite more, I mean, it's Kirby, but you know, you got Waddle Dees in the background, like cool little background effects. The background is animated, the water in the background is animated. And you have Kirby just like doing little animations. Like, cool. Kirby actually gets a lot of love in Puzzle Swap. There's like a bajillion puzzle panels dedicated to him. We're gonna probably count all of them as we go along, but this is like the first one that they released, of course, being one of the Nintendo IPs they have to show as part of the tech demos at E3. You stretch. Yeah, that's basically, I think it loops around at this point. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's Kirby's Dream Land. And here we have Pikmin. It's kind of like a neat little like layered 3D effect of the leaves forming layers, and it's just like, yeah, Pikmin. How sad that the eventual Pikmin game we got on the 3DS was Hey Pikmin, but I've never played that game. I can't judge its quality, so, and I'm not even like a Pikmin fan. I barely played the games. But it's Pikmin. It's not even Pikmin 3, because this was made before Pikmin 3 was even like announced, so that's kind of neat. Here we have New Soup Wii. The thing I like most about this is like the incredibly pixelated hill in the background. Like, the background is just like a ridiculous JPEG. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's New Soup Wii. All of the New Soup games after this got represented in Puzzle Swap, so that's kind of funny. And here we go. Here is one of the first puzzle swap panels to be added after the fact. This is Ocarina of Time 3D. So new panels were basically released occasionally through like Spot Pass. Like they just release new panels when they feel like it, and these ones are much more like involved, animated. This is what I say them. Like this has like a cool little like infinite scrolling effect with the trees, with Hyrule Field, and it has a day-night cycle and everything. And the 3D effect on these are just incredible. Like I just really like. I mean, obviously they're not very practical for actual gameplay, but for tech demos, these are very great tech demos for 3D, obviously. And you know, I believe these are actually like in-game models as well. Like these are the same models that they use in the actual Ocarina of Time 3D remake. And one thing I really liked about these puzzle swap panels is just like having animated 3D models from the respective games. Just like having a piece of each game just built right into your 3DS for free. Sometimes you just fire these up, even if you've never played the game before. This is Star Fox 64 3D, by the way. As you can see, this R-Wing is obviously pointing directly out of the camera because funny 3D. If you aim it like this, whoop, get lasered. Yeah. Star Fox 64. One time, the only two N64 games they ever remade on the 3DS. Yeah, except we have Super Mario 3D Land. Now, these pieces, actually, I also mentioned that the updated pieces that were added after the fact, they introduced the dreaded pink pieces. Now, these are pieces that you actually have to get exclusively through street passing other people. So you could either spend play coins to get them gacha style, so they can be repeat pieces, or you would, if you're one of the lucky few, your starting piece for a puzzle panel would be a pink piece, and you can trade them with other people, and eventually you get like street pass exclusive pink pieces. Now, okay, before we go on, this 3D Land puzzle panel, pretty cool. Only thing is like the Goomba Tower on the bottom right, they didn't even like animate it, like walk facing the other way while walking backwards, so it's just kind of like sliding, moonwalking. I don't know, it's like a cool interpretation of the game's box art. 3D Land is underrated, to be honest. But yeah, pink pieces are like a pain in the butt. Like they did introduce later one, in the later update they made it possible for you to get like multiple pieces from a person that you street pass all at once. They called it like bonus chance or something. And by the time they introduced that, it was like 2016 or something. So street pass is already getting rare on my end. This is Mario Kart 7, by the way. I'm like not even talking about the panels themselves. If you look over this way, you can see Peach, which would normally be like invisible. So like you can move the camera to spot little hidden details, which is something that some of the puzzle games and some of the puzzle panels and the later ones will do. Just hide stuff in the corner. This is Rhythm Heaven Fever. Now, funny story. I'm pretty sure this panel was like my first exposure to Rhythm Heaven, and of course, being a 2012 Wii release, I have no idea what, what this was about, and like didn't even really like, pay it that much thought. I was just like, weird looking 2D game. I probably would have mistaken this with like a third party thing. Like this is the first like 2D puzzle swap panel that we got, but it still got a nice little like 3D layer effect happening. And yeah, if you move the camera around, you can spot the other characters. But yeah, I didn't really like give much thought to this puzzle piece. Like the only other time I've heard about River Heaven was when Megamix was announced in Japan in 2015, and like I also did not really care much about that until I was told like, oh, it's made by the WarioWare team, and WarioWare is like one of my favorite franchises. I was like, oh, you could have told me this sooner, and that's how I got into River Heaven. Funny story. Anyway, Donkey Kong Country Returns. That's like another one of those more static ones. You can see the volcano in the background if you move the camera up here. This also predates the DKC 3D remake for the 3DS. So that's kind of neat. Just a very simple animation here. Pilot Wings Resort. One of the launch titles for 3DS. The 3DS launch titles are actually pretty underrated. Like I don't know a lot of people who've played Pilot Wings Resort. Maybe you have. If you have, like let me know, but most people like hear about launch title for the 3DS, they mostly just think about like, you know, Nintendogs. Not a lot of people think Pilot Wings and Steel Diver, the other two launch titles that released with the 3DS in North America. But it's a cool game. I wish they made one for the Switch. There should be a new Pilot Wings. Also, as you can, if you move the camera, you can see like the scale of the Miis are definitely not proportional to the island in the background. They're way larger than the background themselves. Yeah. Kid Icarus Uprising. This is like one of the more animated ones. So, look at how cool that is. I'm pretty sure these are all the in-game models. Like, they just put in the entire like environment from like the first town of the game into this puzzle panel, which is kind of neat. Just, you know, Kid Icarus Uprising is a cool game. Fire Emblem Awakening, another cool animated one, even though I barely care about Fire Emblem. This is Chrom versus like Lucina, I believe. Move the camera around, and oh, he's doing a thing. He's doing an attack thing, and he slams the ground, and wow, and it loops. It's a cool little like puzzle panel for Fire Emblem. Not too shabby. And you know, Awakening is one of the more important 3DS titles. It's the one that like brought Fire Emblem back from the dead. So even though I don't care much about Fire Emblem, Awakening is, I can still recognize it as like a cool milestone, and definitely one of the better like more acclaimed 3DS releases. Mario Tennis Open. Yep, they're playing tennis. You look around, you can see Yoshi and Daisy in the background, and the audiences are just animated GIFs. All this low poly, not even low poly, they're just sprites. Yeah, Mario Tennis. Never played Mario Tennis Open. Like my first Mario Tennis game that I really got played was like Aces. I barely played Mario Tennis Open. Actually, no, my first Mario Tennis game that I played quite a bit was the one on the Virtual Boy, because that was the one I played in 2017. Here we have Kirby's 20th anniversary. So here is our second Kirby panel for today, in case you want to keep track. That was another cool one. It was like a full-on animated loop thing. Kirby's on the Warp Stars, these are funny sprites, and if you look around the camera, you can see like funny stuff in the background. There's Chef Kawasaki, there's Krakow, there's a UFO on the right, Mark's on the down there, Magalore. Yep, that's a lot of funny secrets that they hid in the corners. Oh, that's a HOW logo, and wow, cool puzzle piece. Very cool panel for the 20th anniversary. I can't believe like we're watching this. If you're watching this when it was released, then it's Kirby's 30th anniversary. So this panel was like 10 years old. Oof. Anyway, Brain Age concentration training. So funny story. I only recently got a physical copy of this a while back. I haven't seen the physical copy of this on sale like in secondhand markets. Only like one copy, so I just snagged it. Concentration training is definitely underrated, as like one of the Brain Age games with like much more detailed presentation. Like, I mean, this looks generic. Like if you look at the puzzle pack, it's just literally just Kawashima sitting in the room and he's a devil with no context. But the new stuff they added in concentration training, like Dr. Kawashima is fully voiced in the sequel, and on the Switch version they just went back to the basic presentation like on the DS. I guess like for a budget cut, because concentration training probably didn't sell much. I don't know how much it sold. Probably not as much as Nintendo wanted to think, because Brain Age is one of the best-selling titles on the DS. But some of the exercises in this one are definitely pretty dang tough. Anyway, New Soup 2. The second New Soup game. And they also didn't animate the Goomba Tower in this one. At least this one's like more visually interesting than Wii one. New Soup is a fine game. New Soup 2 is a fine game. You know, spam with the coin sprites. Very straightforward recreation of the box art. Here is our third Kirby puzzle piece. This is Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Once again, it's just really cool to see these. Like these are Wii models. I'm pretty sure these are the same models from the Wii game, and like Return to Dreamland never got a 3DS port. So it's just like very cool to just see all this running on a 3DS. It's like a hypothetical thing, you know? Oh, there they are, they're dead. And it loops. But yeah. It's just very cool. Return to Dreamland should get a port on the Switch. Make it like a collection with Triple Deluxe and Planet Robot, please. Here we have Animal Crossing New Leaf. For those who've never seen this puzzle panel before, I want you to guess what the animation in this one is. None whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. They just like animation team took a break for this one. Just pose all the funny in-game models together and just make it like a photo. It's still in 3D at least, but it's kind of weird. I don't know why they went with this for Animal Crossing. Probably could have made it much more creative. Just saying. Like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This is very cool. It's like a little diorama thing because Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon has always had like a cool little 3D diorama effect, like you're peeking into like a box. And of course, the animation in these has always been stellar. Bonk. And there he goes. Cool loop. But yeah, Dark Moon also gets a lot of flack, but like I think now that Luigi's Mansion 3 is out on Switch, I think people can appreciate this one more. Like, Dark Moon is still a good game despite the mission-based structure. Like it's a better change to the traditional formula than Sticker Star did for Paper Mario. I would die on this hill. Anyway, Dylan's Rolling Western, The Last Ranger. I have never played Dylan's Rolling Western. I heard it's good. Well, you know, I think it's like a tower defense kind of thing, which isn't really my cup of tea. But you know, the series did well enough to get like 3 installments. So, and also, you know, Dylan's a assist trophy in Smash Brothers, so clearly, Mallow can't even get one. Mallow from Pushmo. If all of the eShop exclusives, like for the 3DS, they picked Dylan's Rolling Western, then you know, not even Pushmo, Freaky Forms. I don't know how well Dylan's Rolling Western did. It's probably got a lot of fans. I can admit that Dylan is a pretty cool character design, though. Yeah. Nintendo Stars. This is not a game. This is just woman characters on Nintendo. We got Princess Peach and Pauline. Pauline before pre-Odyssey Pauline. Rosalina, Skyward Sword era Zelda, 2 Zelda. Gee, Zelda, how come Nintendo lets you have 2 slots on the Nintendo Starlets? I mean, technically, yeah, Skyward Sword Zelda and Toon Zelda are 2 separate characters. So, technically speaking. Yeah. Very cool. We wouldn't get to see Pauline again until, like... Yeah, there's, like... She had to appear in, like, a few more Mario vs. Donkey Kong games before she could appear in Odyssey. This is Xenoblade Chronicles, another, like, cool, hypothetical Wii-style, like, Wii game on the 3DS before Xenoblade Chronicles 3D was released with the new 3DS, because this was definitely before that. It's, like, a cool little rendition of the, infamous, well-known title screen, but with Napon in the foreground for some reason, and if you look to the right, you'll see PNGs of Shulk and Fiora just standing there. Ricky's here too, I guess. It's kind of like a cool little take on the title screen. Though, I do agree that you can just probably just fire up Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, just sit on the title screen. That works too. This is New Super U plus New Super Luigi U. This looks much more closer to the actual game. Which cool, we don't have New Super U on the 3DS. But technically we do. We have Mario Maker 3DS, which has New Super U assets. This one definitely looks much cleaner though. I can't get over the fact that the background is not moving. It's kind of like a little bit disorienting when you move the camera around. Also, Toad is just going to town on that Yoshi there. Okay, no. Shut up now. Yeah. This one's a cool little animation. Skyward Sword. Once again, these are probably in-game models. I bought Skyward Sword HD, but I've never finished it. Oops. I should get back to doing that. Anyway, you can see Skyloft there, another PNG in the top left. And there's Zelda on her loft wing. There's a cool little, simple little animation. Another one of the more simplistic ones. Here we have Mario and Luigi Dream Team. This is a cool little, like, puzzle design. If you hop right in, it's like they're using the original sprites, which is actually very cool. What's the squad called again? I don't remember. They do work for Bowser, so Everyone is here. Prince Dreambird, the beef dudes. Dream Team is good. I don't care what the people say. Like Dream Team was my first Mario and Luigi game. And like people say it handholds you a little too much. There's like way too many tutorials, and I could agree on that. But that made it like basically perfect for my first entry into the series. And I think it still holds up today. I haven't replayed it since, but you know, it's like one of the last like cool Mario and Luigi RPGs, like because people rag on Paper Jam for the Sticker Star crossovers. This is the last technically Mario and Luigi story with fully original characters. And they are good characters, so very cool puzzle. Chibi Robo Photo Finder. This is the only remnant of traditional Chibi Robo left on 3DS. I don't know how good Photo Finder was. I think it was more of a spin-off, but probably still more faithful to the original than Zip Lash ever was. Never played it though. I think I did play the demo, but yeah, there's a demo on the eShop. Too bad the eShop's gonna die, but anyway. Rip Chibi Robo, you will be missed. Cool little, like, environment though. Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Yep. Those are the legendaries. I know their names, but I don't know how to pronounce them. It's like Cernius and like Yveltal. I don't know how to pronounce them. Yveltal. I'm gonna give up on pronouncing. There's just two Pokemon. Cool. Monster Hunter. This is our first third-party one, I believe. Third-party puzzle panel. And is that Raffles? Couldn't tell. Also, that's a pig. Oh, the cats are riding the pig. Okay. That's what this is. It's just like a... Is that Raffles? It's just Raffles swooping in, just like knocking him down. That's the loop. Never play a lot of Monster Hunter, but Kirby Triple Deluxe. This is our fourth. This is our fourth Kirby puzzle panel. Once again, very cool. And yeah, if you like look around, you can see like keychains on the background if you move the camera around, which are like one of the major collectibles in Triple Deluxe, which is kind of cool. Oh, what are these fine? Just King Dedede keychain and haha, funny 3D. Magalore down there, again. And there's the funny Miracle Fruit. Is that called the Miracle Fruit? Yeah, I think it's called the Miracle Fruit. I was gonna say Super Happy Tree. No, that's the wrong game. But yeah, another cool little loop. HAL always puts like very cool animations in their in the puzzle. I actually know if the people who actually like the developers for these games are responsible for the puzzle swap animations, or if they're like being made by another team. I'm guessing they're made by the original developers, since they need to have the assets and all. It'd be kind of cool if we had credits for this, but you know, it's a piece of built-in software. There's no credits for these, so RIP. This is 3D World. It's 3D World. Like, funny thing, like 3D World on the 3DS, like a 3DS port of 3D World is like always like one of the more like, it's a dream I used to have as a kid. Because back then I didn't have a Wii U and I really wanted to play 3D World because it was the next big 3D Mario game and I really loved 3D Land. Played the heck out of 3D Land. As you can see, I didn't actually get to play 3D World until I got a Switch in 2017. Not a Switch, yeah, a Wii U in 2017 after the Switch. So that was fun. Anyway, 3D World is definitely a good game. Also Plessy in the background, just like in the water without any shadows. And I think those are just like sprites in the background. Yeah, those are just PNGs. Yeah. I guess could be more detailed, like the 3D Land one felt more detailed than that. This is Yoshi's New Island. And, yep, it is definitely Yoshi's New Island. This art style exists. I don't have, like, any... I mean... Oof, yep. That's how they choose to loop this. I have never played Yoshi's New Island. It's certainly one of the Yoshi games ever made. All I know about Yoshi's New Island is the funny meme of the final boss. But this art style it's fine. It's inoffensive. I wish they made it like I wish they made it sprite based though. Like Yoshi's Island DS, I've only seen, I've never played it, But I do think it looks pretty nice, the DS one, because for all the sprites. This is Rusty's Rodeo Baseball, another eShop exclusive, our second one. Those are not numbers. But yeah. Rusty's Rodeo Baseball. I played for like half of it, I believe. I did buy some games. I did get into the funny like microtransaction part of the game. Also, you can barely move the camera in this. Probably because they haven't modeled a lot of the other areas. You can like look around a lot. But this was a neat little experiment. Like Nintendo has experimented with a lot of different like monetization methods during the 3DS era. You obviously have Rusty with like this haggle mechanic with prices, even though it's really just more of a you can pay more money if you want to skip the actual gameplay of haggling the price. Others are like stretch mode, where they just sell like individual levels like piecemeal, which is kind of an interesting strategy. Like it's got like the Wii Sports Club style. This is getting a whole into like this is getting into completely different territory. Just talking about Nintendo's like monetization strategy with 3DS games. Maybe that could be a video topic. Who knows? Anyway, this is Mega Man. Obviously an 8-bit, because I believe all the other styles of Mega Man were like dead at this point when this puzzle was released. I don't know when this puzzle was released. These were released like intermittently throughout the years. Let me check real quick. Yeah, these were like 2014, 2015. This was made in 2014. But it's a cool 8-bit style, but like 2014 was like the year where Mega Man was like dying and people were trying to kickstart Money Number 9, so oof. Anyway, fun times. Here we are, this is our 5th Kirby panel. Is it 5th? I lost track. This is DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe and Kirby Fighters Deluxe. DDD's Drum Dash is actually like a decent little rhythm game. I'm glad they made an expanded version of that. Meanwhile, Kirby Fighters, you know, it has a second life on Switch because there's a sequel and all that. Once again, very cool animation loop. Oh, actually, if you look around, you can see I didn't look around close enough, but... Oh, there's a keychain up there. There's a Kirby keychain. And... Oh, there's a Waddle Dee down there. Oh, yeah. If you look at the bottom right, you just see DDD watching the Kirby's fight. It's like, oh no. Anyway, that's kind of funny. Next up, Fantasy Life. Is this like a Square IP? I have never heard of this. I don't have any recollection of this. That's probably what I meant, but it's a spinning. This just looks like a 3DS home menu icon, if I want to be honest. I have no opinions on this game because I have barely remembered this being a thing. This looks like a Square thing, though, so... Actually, no. I don't know. Feel free to enlighten me in the comments. I'm not gonna go, like, waste some time looking it up right now, but, it's nothing left to say. Okay, these are, Pikmin short movies 3D, so these are, like, stills from the Pikmin short movies that were directed by Miyamoto himself. Now the funny thing is, these are just static pictures. These are static 3D screenshots. But you can zoom in on them, which you can zoom in all the way into Miyamoto's signature if you want. I don't know why they let you zoom like this in, because the quality of the image obviously decreases when you zoom in, but it's just kind of funny. You can open this and just zoom in on his face. Yeah, I don't know why you want to do that. Anyway, yeah. Just 3 panels for Pikmin short movies. I mean, cool. These are the only ones that are static images, so I guess that's neat. Anyway, Sonic Boom. Oh, this is a cool looking panel, like, the quality of the game aside. I heard the 3DS ones were like mediocre, Fire and Ice was like decent or something. But yeah, Sonic Boom. I mean, these designs aren't bad. Like I think we've all warmed up to these designs. Remember back when they first revealed these designs and people were like looking at the silhouettes and were like, and they were like melting down. Alright, Captain Toad. This also predates the 3DS port. So another thing that's cool to see, like Wii U game being represented on the 3DS. Watch out, Captain Toad, he's behind you! Also, fun fact. Oh, I saw that 8-bit Luigi in the hole there. Do 8-bit Luigis make cameos in Captain Toad? I thought that was a 3D World thing. Also, funny turn from towards the camera. Toadette is just sitting there, like, pretending nothing is happening. But yeah, fun fact if you don't know, the 3DS port of Captain Toad was like what was supposed to be made before they decided to make a Switch version as well. So the entire, like, the two ports of Captain Toad, the first one that came was the 3DS one because they just wanted to see Captain Toad in 3D, which I thought was kind of funny because the 3DS one is the more forgotten one nowadays. I do want to find a physical copy of Captain Toad 3DS for the heck of it though. This is Ultimate NES Remix, which is another very cool, like, it's just sprites, but look at this animation. This is kind of cool. That. Yep. If you look around, you can see what else is down the right. There's all the sprites, and it goes out. It's kind of cool. You can also look around and spot some other sprites in the background. Let's see. There's an Excite Bike racer on balloons. Oh, there's Peach on a Bullet Bill. What is that? Is that like a... Oh, there's a virus from Dr. Mario. I don't know what that thing is. If someone knows it, please enlighten me. But yeah, pretty cool. Ultimate NES Remix. It's also like the first exposure of... my first exposure to the NES Remix series because I didn't have a Wii U. This is Smash 4. It's literally just the main menu from the Wii U version. This one is one of the more disappointing ones because... Come on, it's Smash Brothers. You could make a fully animated thing with these, man. Instead you just have like funny Smash 4 renders posed in front of the... Yeah, that's it. Like, this is huge waste of potential for Smash Brothers. You're gonna make a fully animated thing. Just put like the Smash... If they made one for Smash Ultimate, it would just be the funny commercial that people like late Don't Stop Me Now over. Another Monster Hunter one. This just says Monster Hunter. That's not Rathalos, but I'll call it Rath. No, it's a monster, and they're trying to hunt the monster, and they're dead. And that's it. All of the Monster Hunter puzzle pieces are just cats being destroyed by dragons. Next we have Yokai Watch. Yep, that is Yokai Watch. I have no experience with the series, but too bad Yokai Watch, I guess, kind of died. I forgot. Didn't they have a Switch port of like the 3DS games or something? I don't remember. Or was it like a Japan exclusive thing? Because I know the US localizations probably didn't sell well. And now Yokai Watch 3 on the 3DS is like one of the most expensive 3DS games out there. Which, oops. But, yeah. Look at him, just schmoovin'. That guy's just moving in the corner there. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. It was fine. Like, this game... I do agree they probably could have, like, crossed over with, like, more elements of Paper Mario. It's just, like, unfortunate timing. Like, imagine if this came out before Sticker Star. We had a crossover between traditional Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi. That would be very sick. Other than that, the gameplay itself of Paper Jam is fine. It's just the story just leaves a little bit to be desired. Other than that, yep. There they go. Loops like this. I guess this game did establish that Paper Mario canonically takes place within the Mario and Luigi universe because Sticker Star exists in a book or something. So, there's that. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. This one is actually animated, which is nice. Here we see the here we are spying. We're like a CCTV just spying on a... Is this the Happy Home organization? I don't know what it's officially called, but they're just walking around, talking to each other. And there they go. Is that telephone alive? There's like snore bubbles coming out of it. Yeah, that's a sentient telephone. Oh god, please don't pick up my brains. No, okay, no, just kidding. Tom looks sleeping on the job. I can't believe it. SMH. Yeah, pretty cool. Next up, Final Fantasy Explorers. This is a static... Wow. Yep. Fang Square. Final Fantasy. Woohoo. Good. Sure. Whatever. Kirby. This is our last Kirby panel. I forgot how many Kirby panels there have been, but there's a lot of Kirby love in this in Puzzle Swap. Hey, here we go. If you look at the bottom right, Susie's there. And Kirby dies, and Susie's like, "Oh no!" Anyway, and Bandanity up here with his own planet because he deserves it. He's a good boy. But yeah, cool little like planet Robobot. Not as animated as the other ones, but still very nice. Robobot is definitely one of the best Kirby games out there. Here we have, we're nearing the end, basically. That's like a second to last puzzle panel. Cold Step Revolt. I don't have any recollection of this game. Completely outside my radar, but it is just 2D artwork. And you can see the funny layering of the funny 3D layers. Basically it. Kind of nothing else much more to say. And finally, we have the final puzzle panel ever released in North America. Metroid Prime Federation Force. What a way to go out. And this is a static image, but it's a static scene, but at least the camera like swings around. But yep. Puzzle Swap ended with Metroid Prime Federation Force. Honestly, this could probably see a re-release on Switch. I don't know. It could work. It's a multiplayer thing. Like you can make it playable on Switch with online and local. I think that would actually work. Federation Force needs a second chance now that Prime 4 is a thing, right? I don't know. Not a big Metroid guy, but I think Federation Force itself is like it's a decent playable game. It's just not what people wanted at that time. But yeah, that is every single Puzzle Swap panel released in North America. Now, obviously, there are ones that were exclusive to other territories. There are ones that were exclusive to North America. There's a few that were exclusive in Europe and Japan. And in particular, I just wanted to share, like, there's this, like, Happy Meal McDonald's Puzzle Swap panel in Europe. And I'm very glad that North America did not get it. But yeah, that is Puzzle Swap. Generally, I just thought, it's just a very cool little built-in piece of software. Like, it's not an actual game, it's just 3D dioramas, but each one of these just, like, kind of feels like a piece of a Nintendo game, just lives on your 3DS. And the 3D effects in all of these are all pretty dang cool. And I figured, like, since not a lot of people have ever collected them all, this might be a neat little place to showcase them. So I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. And yeah, that will be it for this video. And I will see you guys next time. Stay safe and take care. Why is it stuttering like heck? Oh god. What? Oh my god. Oh. Ah! I have never had that happen before. That is like the scariest thing. Oh my god. I feel like I just wandered into creepypasta. What? No. Okay.